tuning in to Survivors with Voices with Alissa R. Jones. And on this segment, we are sitting with Tenesia Tennant, and she came forward to tell her truth unapologetically. Survivors with Voices appreciates you, and we're excited to have you. So as we're talking, please, let's just share with the audience, what is your unapologetic truth?
My unapologetic truth would be the fact that at 12, I was molested.
Mm-hmm.
I'll actually turn 34 on Saturday.
Okay.
And my
well,
mom
happy birthday!
My mom doesn't know from me.
Wow.
I've assumed all this time that she does.
Mm-hmm.
Things happened that made me believe she did.
Okay.
But I know that I never personally told her.
So what happened that made you think that she did know?
He stopped coming around.
And when we say he?
The person who molested
the
me.
abuser? Okay.
Yes. Mm-hmm. He stopped coming around.
Okay.
He no longer lived with us. And it was just all of a sudden.
Mm-hmm.
I did tell my older sister, mm-hmm. who I assumed told her, but I didn't hear the conversation, so I don't know exactly what they talked about.
So you were left on your own understanding?
Yes.
And so tell the viewers at this point in time, you're about to be 34, and sometimes you go back to that little 12-year-old girl. Tell the viewers, as an adult now, how did that situation of innocence that was stolen from you at 12 affected you in your adulthood?
I've been married for almost 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
He knew. I told him very early on. Just a few months ago, we were intimate.
Mm-hmm.
He touched me, and I just went into a rage. Wow. Crying uncontrollably, and mm-hmm. he just didn't know what to do. He's like, what did I do? Did I hurt you? Did I do something? Like, talk. And I couldn't even, in that moment, talk to him to say what had happened. I don't know where it came from. I don't know why, after all this time, but it just, the memory of it just, it was like a flashback. And
I'm going to tell you why. Because you never dealt with it. And a lot of times, me being a survivor of sexual abuse, I understand where you're coming from, and those intimate moments are pivotal in our abuse because we have those flashbacks. And one of the things I realized for me is I didn't deal with it. So when you don't deal with it, so at this point, tell the viewers from somebody that hasn't dealt with it, and now you're sharing, you're on this platform, yes. You're sharing your truth. Getting to a point of dealing with it. Because I don't think it's ever too late for you to deal with things that happened in your past. Right. So just tell that viewer about dealing with it in your present.
I have a 12-year-old daughter.
Mm-hmm.
She just turned 12 this year. That I kind of think is why, in a sense, that flashback came. But I just, after that, I decided I can't do this anymore.
Right.
That day with him, to feel like that and not be able to talk to him and express myself, that made me feel even worse about the situation. So I just, with the help of some friends that I talked to and prayer partners that I talked to, they, we decided, you need to tell her. You need to tell her. So I reached out to her. To this day, she won't talk to me now.
How long ago was that?
About a month ago.
Okay.
I told her we needed to talk, set up a time and a place to meet, because I didn't want to make her feel uncomfortable in my space,
right.
Or I didn't want to be uncomfortable in her space. So I tried to just meet somewhere public, that way we can just talk. But she told me, never showed up. Haven't actually talked to her since.
Wow. I'm blown away. And the reason I'm blown away is because of that situation right there. You got to a point of being 33 years old and you said, I'm going to tell my mother. And for her to not show up, that's why we have silence. That's why we have survivors that do not speak out and do not unlock their voice for that simple reason. So let me just say this. if your mother was in the audience today, I want you to look at the audience and give that heartfelt of what you were going to say to her at that meeting. I know, it's tough.
I guess I would just tell her that I love her. I don't blame her. I never did. I know she loves me. I guess I just look at my baby. And I just, not even just her, but I don't want anybody's baby to feel what I felt. And it wasn't so much the action that hurt. It was the aftermath. It was, not having anybody to talk to. Nobody caring enough to ask if I was okay. Most of all, I wanted to know I do love her, and I don't blame her, not one bit. I wanted to know that, just listening, and I guess I don't expect her to make it go away. The pain is there, what's done is done. I just wish that she would be open to communicating, and the actions that she's shown towards it made me believe that as long as nobody said anything, it didn't happen. And it did happen. He did what he did. I survived it. I'm still here. I've learned from it. I can say that it didn't happen to my daughter, so chain broken.
Yes.
And that, it's okay. And I just think if we could openly talk about it, and if she would just listen to me, I don't expect her to do anything, just listen to me, I think it'd help our relationship, and we'd actually be in a better place.
I ultimately want to say thank you for, more importantly, sharing your heart. I think it's a big step for anybody that comes out and share these type of stories. But one of the things you said was heart-wrenching to me, because I have a daughter that is 13 years old, and she's my why. And I could see in your story and how you talk about your daughter, that's your why. And most of the times when we go through these situations, we can't imagine this happening to our daughters. And so I think that's why, let me say not think, I know that's why it's more important for more survivors like us to voice these invisible wounds and talk about what's not talked about. Because just like you didn't want to say anything because you felt like somebody was going to turn their back on you. And what we're sitting here talking about today is there's somebody out there that's been abused, that went through it, that's dealing with the 12-year-old person instead of dealing with your adult person. And you have to deal with it. You cannot heal anything that you do not deal with. And so I commend you. One of the things I want you to do is share with the viewers, why is it important for them to attend a conference such as Voice Your Invisible Wounds Conference?
Because, I believe that in the same manner where I said that because nobody says anything, it didn't happen. When somebody says something, it frees you to know you're not alone.
Right.
You're not happy that it happened to somebody else, but to know that you're not the only person in the world dealing with the hurt, dealing with the pain like this. it helps you and gives you that strength and momentum to move forward, to deal with it and get past it.
I'm telling you, I can't tell you enough how important it is to unlock your voice. And there is somebody out there that's waiting on you, waiting on your story. We all are survivors, and we definitely don't look like what we've been through. But just taking that simple step to speak, you are saving somebody's life. Join Tenesia, join myself at Voice Your Invisible Wounds Conference, September 23rd through the 24th. There will be so many survivors there to love on you and let you know that you are not